Have you ever wondered how Netflix, YouTube, Hotstar, live matches stream smoothly, how online games respond instantly, or how files download reliably without corruption? Behind all of these are two powerful internet communication protocols works. In today's video, we are going to break down the TCP and UDP protocols. So what is TCP? What is UDP? How they work, their advantages and disadvantages, real world use cases, and which one is better. These all topics we will see in today's video. By the end of this video, you will completely understand TCP versus UDP in the simplest way possible. So, what is transport layer? Before comparing TCP and UDP, we need to understand where they exist. Both TCP and UDP operate at the transport layer, which is also called layer 4 also of the OSI model. The OSI model is a networking framework that explains how data moves from one computer to another computer. So it has 7 layers, and the transport layer is responsible for to manage the end-to-end communication between two devices. It breaks data into segments, whatever it receives from the presentation layer. It breaks into segments and it forwards to the layer 3, which is also called network layer. It handles the error while transporting the segments over the network. It manages the flow control also, like a traffic control over the road. It manages traffic over the network. So TCP and UDP are two different ways to send data between devices over the internet. So think of them like two delivery services. One is TCP and another is UDP. So TCP, secure courier with tracking and confirmation. Like we are sending any courier from one person, one place to different place, we'll get all details like it arrived at this place, then it went to the nearest place, then delivery boy came out for delivery. But in UDP case, it fast delivery with no confirmation, like in live matches, video calls, in video streaming. Many times in video calls, many times we hear the loss, audio loss or video due to network issues. But we can't recover that one because it lost in the network. But in TCP scenario, it takes care of the data, if data is reached to the destination or not. So how TCP works? Before sending data, TCP performs something called a three-way handshake. This handshake establishes a connection between client and server, means between two devices who would like to communicate over the internet or network. So three-way handshake involves three steps. First is SYN packet. Here also you can see in the diagram SYN, SYNAC, and acknowledgement. So first says client, can we connect to the server? So SYNAC from server side it replies. SYN means first packet, its request, and acknowledgement means I'm ready to connect with you. So client sent third packet, which is called acknowledgement. Client confirms, great, let's start. So this way it confirms the communication and it establishes the connection using three steps. Only after this process does data transmission begins. If any error occurs during these three packets transmission, it will not establish a connection. So we need to troubleshoot what exactly issue is there. So what are the key features of TCP? It is reliable for communication because it tracks all data end to end. It has the acknowledgement of also. That's why it is reliable. It ensures data reaches destination. If data is not reaching to the destination, it will retransmit that data. Suppose like we are downloading something and if any data is missing in that, that file is not good in that condition. To download and upload those kind of things, TCP over the network, TCP protocol used so that all data should be reached to the destination. If a packet is lost, TCP retransmit it. As said, if any data dropped in the network, it will retransmit it. So how TCP knows if packet is lost in the network? So whatever data it is sending, there will be a sequence number for that. So it keeps records of all sequence numbers and it will wait for the acknowledgement from the receiver side. If any sequence number is missing in the acknowledgement, it will retransmit that part of data. It sends data In order delivery, data arrives in the correct sequence. Whatever sequence TCP sends the data, it will reach in the same sequence. Error detection. It uses checksums to detect corruption. If file is corrupted at receiver side or not, or file is delivered in the correct way. Flow control prevents overwhelming the receiver side. So if suppose receiver side has the lower bandwidth than the server side, it will slow the transmission of data. It will send slowly so that receiver will receive the all data in a good way. So congestion control adjust speed based on the network traffic. TCP is used when accuracy is critical, like in web browsing, HTTP and HTTP protocols, email. So email should be delivered with the proper means required person. So there we need a TCP. File transfer, because files are the critical. Many times we will have the secret data and all things, and we need acknowledgement for that. If file is received on receiver side in a good condition or it is tampered. So that's why we need the TCP there. Messaging apps like WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, Microsoft Teams. In online banking also it is used. For example, when you visit a website hosted on Google, TCP ensures all web page data loads correctly because missing data equal to broken web page. Many times we see broken page due to connection drop or network issues. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of TCP? Advantages are it is reliable because it takes care of the data, if data is reached or not. It is accurate, secure transmission, error recovery. It recovers the drop data. Disadvantages of TCP are slower due to acknowledgement. It waits to receive the acknowledgement. That's all. More overhead, higher latency. So now let's see about the UDP part. How UDP works. UDP does not establish a connection with the receiver and client, means client and server. It simply sends data. Like in TCP, we saw it sends three packets, SYN, SYNAC, and acknowledgement to establish a connection. In UDP, it does not work like that. If user is requesting, yes, that's it. It will connect directly. Does not wait for the acknowledgement. If user is requesting for the data, it will just transmit the data. It doesn't care if data is delivered or not. Many times in live streaming or live matches, we could see the data loss there, and we can't get that data in a proper way due to UDP because UDP uses in live streaming connections. It does not retransmit lost packets. It's basically here's the data, hope you get it. So what are the key features of UDP? It doesn't have handshake like TCP. It doesn't have error recovery if any errors occurred in the network. No ordering guarantee and very low latency because it just transmits. It doesn't care data is delivered or not, and minimal overhead. So where UDP is used, UDP is used where speed is more important than accuracy, like online gaming, live streaming, video calls, VoIP, in DNS queries. For example, when playing online multiplayer games like Call of Duty, PUBG, speed matters more than perfect packet delivery. If one packet is lost, the game keeps going on. Waiting for retransmission would cause lag there. So, what are the advantages and disadvantages of UDP? So, it is extremely fast, low latency, efficient for real time apps. And disadvantages of UDP are no reliability. We can't rely on UDP for data delivery. No error correction. Packets may arrive out of order also. Sometimes data can be mismatched here and there. So let's see the direct comparison of the TCP and UDP. In connection, TCP is connection oriented due to three-way handshake, and UDP is connectionless, as discussed. Reliability, TCP is reliable, UDP is not reliable. Speed, TCP has lower speed than UDP. Acknowledgement, TCP checks for the acknowledgement, but UDP doesn't have acknowledgement. Ordering, TCP guarantee data will be delivered in an ordering way, but in UDP we do not have that guarantee. Error recovery, TCP checks for the error recovery, but UDP does not check. Header size, TCP has the larger header size than UDP. So what are the real life use cases of TCP and UDP? Imagine sending important documents. courier service with tracking, signature, and insurance. UDP dropping postcard in the mailbox, and we don't know if it will deliver or not. So, which one is better, TCP or UDP? This is the most common question in networking. And the answer is neither is better. It depends on the use case. If you want acknowledgement and data delivery confirmation, you can go for the TCP. If you don't need the acknowledgement of data delivery, you can go with the UDP. So, what kind of details has UDP header and TCP header? So, TCP header fields are like sequence numbers, acknowledgement numbers, window size, checksum, flags. So, we have separate video on the TCP flags on our channel. You can visit that video and learn about the flags of TCP. How many flags, what kind of flags are available, and what is the purpose of those flags we use in TCP. In UDP header field, source code, destination code, length, checksum, these kind of details are available. If this video helped you understand the TCP versus UDP clearly, please like the video and subscribe for more cybersecurity content. Comment below and let us know which one do you prefer, TCP or UDP.